Okay, so we're going to have a little look over the last month or so. We haven't done many post-match interviews, so there's key moments in a lot of the games recently that we'll assess now and have a little look over and see what went well, what went bad, where we can improve, and other little bits of luck maybe, or refereeing decisions. So I think it's important just to have a little look and see, you know, how the month's gone, because it's been a positive month. I think we've won 4 out the last 9, drawn a couple. So form's pretty good. We're playing some good football. We're picking up decent points, and you know, long may that continue. But the first up game will be Tranmere Rovers. So we started the game quite well, and this is a fantastic move from our own half, which releases Rhys Oates, and Rhys did what we expect him to do and be positive and drive at defenders. You know, he's as strong off his left foot as he is on his right, and it's a fantastic strike by him and a fantastic goal for us to get us 1-0 up. A little bit disappointed after that possibly, you know, we could have had a couple of decisions go our way. Again, some good play, good build-up play. We get Rhys in there, and we thought on another day that could have been a penalty, very similar to the one at the weekend against Yeovil. And this at the time we were convinced was a handball. This is an opportunity to go 2-1 up. It was handball, but you know, whether it was out of play, in play, but again, we were certain it was in play. The shoulder barge of Adam Buxton and Luke Conlon, which was given as a foul, and you know, we didn't think that was on the day, but we should defend the free kick better, and their lad gets in and scores a good header, which we were all disappointed in. You know, it's an area we need to improve, and we've got the players to do that. This is another decision there where, you know, 2-1 down. We had the upper hand in the game at this moment, and Liam's gone through, and for us again it's a foul. You know, it's a free kick in exactly the same area they scored their first goal from, and as it was, they broke on us. You know, and it's a good strike by the lad Smith. Again, to go 3-1 down, and to be fair, they had a couple of opportunities after that. You know, they were backed by the fans, but you know, we were going the other way, we were creating chances, and that's a fantastic bit of play again. You know, good ball by Tutty, Millsy, fantastic cross, and V puts it in the back of the net. And from then on, you know, we looked like we were going to score every attack, and that was a great free kick, and AJ gets the goal, and it could have gone either way. It was a game that probably on the balance could have been a draw, but a fantastic finish by their lad late on to snatch the game 4-3. So Carlisle away, always a you know, a big game, a tough game for us. You know, it's a big game for both clubs. You know, we had a decent fan base going up there, and really pleased the way the day went. Obviously, because we won comfortably 2-0. You know, the clean sheet, played some good stuff. So the next game back at home, you know, wanting to respond in the right manner after the Tranmere Rovers game, and we had a very difficult game again against Colchester United, who I said before the game would be one of the favourites for the division because of the players they've got, the players that they recruited in the summer. They are a big club at the level, and that was proving the case because of our first half. You know, they were well on top, and second half we changed 1 or 2 things. We changed the formation slightly, and you know, we were by far the better side in the second half. And again, on the balance of play, very much like Tranmere Rovers, the Colchester game could have easily been a draw instead of the 1-0 defeat that we occurred on the day. So again, we'll have a little look over the clips of that game. So again, they were on top, but we had a little break after 11 minutes, and again, this is the decision for me that was a blatant penalty. You know, the lad gets a head injury which stops the play, but you know, that's a penalty for me all day long. You know, we went 1-0 down, and then second half, as I say, we were fantastic, attacking our own fans, and we had some good opportunities, got into some great areas. And the only thing that was missing was a little bit of luck, you know, a ricochet or a little rub of the green, a little bit of poor finish, and the goalkeeper makes 1 or 2 decent saves or last-ditch tackles. But again, it looked like it was only going to be us who were going to score second half. You know, we've hit the bar with V there with a good header. Probably say good header. He probably should have scored from that angle, but he connects well with that one. Unfortunately for us, it hit Kev, and it looked destined for the back of the net. But as I say, it was a really positive second half performance. You know, the fans clapped us off, and I'm sure they were appreciative of the amount of efforts and some of the football that we played. As I say, we weren't at a first half, they were the better side, but second half we were much better, and you know, should have and could have easily scored 1 goal to get us at least a draw. On the balance of play, as I said, a draw was probably the fair result. You know, we went from that game, you know, failing to score into a Tuesday night game at home against Mansfield. Again, one of the fancied sides, you know, in decent form with regards to not losing many games. They draw a lot of games. But again, I thought we were a great first half, you know, some good stuff. Second half, we seemed to run out of gas, and it looked like it was only going to be them who were going to score in the second half. We probably needed to get our noses in front in the first half when we were on top. You know, we had the injury issues. Bentley coming for his first ever start alongside Jordan Cranston, who's been doing well in the centre midfield. So, as I say, second half we weren't, you know, probably wasn't good enough to get the point on the day, but we probably needed to do a little bit better when those moments come our way in the first half. So we'll have a look at Mansfield. So, little opportunity here. You know, our direct play was good onto Vig. Thought he caused them problems. Some of our combination play was good. This is a great example of the 23 minutes. Luke Collins does great. Kevin Ellison up the line into Verdane Oliver, and you know, it's a good flow move, good counter attack, good football. And as I say, there was some really good bits in the first half. AJ gets in here and tests the goalkeeper. Again, good save. Could have fell into Liam Mandeville there. He made a great run into the box. But yeah, there's some positive play. And as I say, we probably just needed to get our nose in front. You know, Mandy's had a great opportunity there. And you know, we were the better side. Second half, I thought they were more on top, looked more likely, but we did have our opportunities to get our noses in front. But we fought again with the goal. We were a little bit undone with a decision that went against us. You know, for me, Sam gets a great block and it comes off their player, and it's a goal kick. You know, but again, the corner's been given. No excuses. We should be defending this better. It was a windy night. The ball outswings and Jordan just misjudges the bounce, which can happen. And Bishop puts it in the back of the net from outside the box. So disappointed with the goal because of the way it's come about. But obviously, you know, a little bit of wind takes it away when Jordan's made his decision to go and attack it, and obviously their lad puts it in the back of the net. But as I say, on the balance of play, it was a difficult game. We did really well first half. We did have a couple of opportunities second half, but they had they did have more than us. So you know, that was a game that got away from us, and one that, you know, you can't really say we can take much from, because on over the 90 minutes plus, I thought Mansfield were probably the better side. So we went to Newport on the Saturday away from home. You know, always a difficult place to go. A team that are in form, and you know, long journey down, getting stuck in traffic. But we covered Newport after the game. But you know, it was a fantastic point for us. You know, to come from behind. You know, we probably didn't create as many chances that we had in the previous games, but it was an important point for us because we just lost the two previous games 1-0, failing to score in both. So Kevin Ellison coming off the bench and getting the equaliser for us was great, and you know, we certainly enjoyed it, and it was a welcome point for us, which set us up to, you know, come back home against Yeovil at the weekend. So coming into the Yeovil game, I thought both sides, you know, started quite well. We had a little spell they did, but our first real opportunity, it was a great goal by AJ Leach-Smith. You know, to get in there and dispatch it the way he did, it was a fantastic finish by him. And after that, I thought we had a real good spell. You know, we would look decent direct play. We looked decent with our football. You know, we looked a threat from set plays, and this is a good bit of play here to get Liam into the box. And again, you know, for me, it's a foul. Liam does really well to get his body across the defender and draw the foul. It's clever play by him. And the unfortunate thing for us is that I've been moaning our luck about penalties, and when it does come along, the keeper makes a good save from AJ, you know, and Oliver's got in there and missed the follow-up. But from the resultant corner, you know, we got in again. Good ball by Mandy. You know, V gets on the flick on, and he is offside and classes into the post. So I thought we had a good spell then. But, you know, 5 minutes before half-time, great save by Mark Halstead when called upon from the corner. And that set himself up for a real good second half on the day. You know, we had opportunities straight from the kick-off, and obviously Reece goes in again, does what he did against Tranmere and was positive, got at the defender, took a wicked bounce and goes in the back of the net. But that was pleasing to see him get his 5th goal of the season. And I thought we had a good spell now. You know, we got into some good areas, a good cross by Reece, and V nearly gets on the end of it. And we seem to be camped in there for the next 10 minutes or so. Adam Wildig was getting on a lot of second balls, and V was a threat up front with his presence. We played some good football down the sides. And this is another opportunity where Luke gets in on the overlap and Mandy has his shot blocked. Reece should probably take the shot on there, but I think it was better to pass. You know, and then the move just fizzles out. So we were well on top, and it don't look really like it was going to make it 3. But then they come into it and they had a couple of opportunities. We rolled our luck a little bit, and then we conceded the goal on 67 minutes, which we're really disappointed on, because we should do better with that. Certainly with the first ball, and even more so with the second ball. But after then, you know, I've got to be honest, for the next half an hour, it was all hands to the pump, and the lad James, have probably never seen anyone as good as him with regards to direct free kicks. He hit the target every time. You know, and only for some great saves by Mark and some follow-up and people getting last-ditch tackles in and riding our luck a bit there. That's an example, because the lad should put it in the back of the net on the rebound. Another little bit of luck was this one, which come out in the 91st minute and hit the post, and luckily for us it goes to Joseph who clears it. So where I was really pleased with some of our play, it was a good game to start with. I thought we started well, but as I say, both sides had spells in the game. They had a header early on and we had a couple of opportunities, but great goal by AJ to get our nose in front. Obviously should score the penalty, you know, to make it 2-0, which could have made it a lot easier at such an early stage in the game with the whole second half to come. But we got the second goal at the start of the second half, and as I say, we had a good spell for 10 minutes where we looked like we were going to make it 3. But Yeovil at that stage, you know, if it's 2-0 earlier on in the game, you know, they're probably going to cover up in fear of maybe getting done 3 or 4-0 away from home. But when it comes into the latter stages of the game and they can start throwing caution to the wind, that's what the Yeovil did. And to be fair, they were excellent. As I say, for the last half an hour, you know, they were camped in our half, numerous chances. From my point of view, our game management wasn't great. We gave far too many silly fouls away, an opportunity for James to get his free kicks in. And the game management things that we speak about, when you do regain possession against the team that are overcommitting, you've got to make sure that you find the first pass to set yourself up for a counter-attack. Again, we got into some okay areas, but it fizzled out, and you know, our play in that last half an hour spell wasn't good enough. But thankfully for us, you know, I should imagine Darren Way would be very similar to the way I was after the Mansfield game, after the Colchester game, after the Tammy Rovers game, that, you know, maybe we deserved the points, but you know, I'm sure that Yeovil went away thinking exactly the same. They did enough in the last half an hour to make sure that they scored at least 1 goal. But on the flip side, we could have easily scored more than the 2 that we did, obviously missing the penalty. So on the balance of play, maybe a draw was the right result, but thankfully for us, we got the 3 points that we've needed, and that's probably the first game this season where, being honest, we've come away and say we've been a little bit lucky to get the 3 points there, but you know, we'll take that, because I've been sick and tired of talking about deserving something from games that we've lost or drawn this season. So it was a welcome 3 points, and you know, it gives us our 4th win in the last 9 and sets us up nicely for the FA Cup at the weekend against Halifax, which, you know, is always going to be a tough game, whoever you play in the first round of the FA Cup. But we need to take that confidence and that positivity and that momentum now from the performances, certainly. But obviously the result at the weekend is great, and now we're hoping to back that good win up on Saturday with another one in the FA Cup next weekend and get us into the second round of the Cup.